The International School of Portland is celebrating its 35th birthday this year. It's one of only 2 schools in the entire United States that has 3 full language immersion programs under one roof, teaching in Chinese, Japanese, and Spanish. It's also the first school in the Pacific Northwest to offer the renowned International Baccalaureate Primary Years program. They're now enrolling students from preschool to 5th grade for fall of 2026. Sign up for a personal tour at intlschool.org. If you're anything like me, March is the time that you start dreaming about shaking off the rainy weather and getting outside to enjoy our beautiful state. Whether that means sipping Pinot in wine country or disappearing into the forest for a weekend reset, that's where Cascadia Getaways comes in. Locally owned and based here in Oregon, they offer vacation homes from the coast to Mount Hood and beyond, making it easy for you to actually get out and explore this incredible region. Plan your next Oregon escape at CascadiaGetaways.com and use the code CityCast2026 for a special discount.
Our city has a lot of pride in its local food scene, and it feels more common to meet someone who raises backyard chickens than to hear someone publicly admit they enjoy eating at, say, McDonald's. I mean, our own mayor got roasted for eating at Olive Garden last year, but that doesn't mean we don't have local food chains that we love and are worth celebrating. So today on CityCast Portland, we're rating local chains, which are our favorites, guilty pleasures, and even the specific Portland locations of some sinful national chains our team enjoys every now and again. It's Tuesday, March 10th. I'm Claudia Meza, and this is what Portland's talking about. Julia, John, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Thank you two for joining me to discuss this very important topic.
I am very excited to talk about this. This is a fun one.
Me too.
Okay, but before we start, I just wanted to lay out our definition of a local food chain. A local chain doesn't mean the Taco Bell closest to you. We mean a homegrown establishment with multiple locations, even if it's just 2. We're counting it as a chain because we're a small city, so it's a chain to us. Mm-hmm. We can also still choose from places that we have expanded beyond our region, like a spaghetti factory or Dutch Bros or Salt and Straw. And like Dutch Bros, which was actually founded in Gratz Pass, Oregon, they don't have to necessarily have been born and raised in Portland. They can have moved here. Mm. They do have to be regionally based, though. You know what I mean? Close enough where we're it's Portland. Mm-hmm. That being said, let's get into it. What do you think makes a Portland/Oregon food chain different from other cities? Because I have opinions on this.
I think it sort of comes down to the fact that since we don't really have a regional food identity, right? Since there isn't really Oregon food in the way that there is in some other places, there has to be a little bit of look at that factor, a novelty or twee factor of something that sets it apart and makes you go, oh yeah, that place is interesting.
Yep. I think it's the novelty twee part and or something that feels artisanal or natural or farm-based, even if it's not fully the entire place offering farm to table. If there's something that's featured on the menu that's from a cow down the street, then it counts. Yeah. And it's that part of it is really accentuated in the brand.
A little bit of seasonality, even in a local chain.
Yes, there we go. Seasonal items.
So I asked you two before I went off because I knew you would have a little bit of everything that I was going to say. So here's mine. Either a focus on sustainability or seasonality, always quality ingredients, and or it's non-traditional or just a little anti-establishment. We're not like other chains. We're a cool chain. And that's not all of them, of course. Also, if we're just honing in on the true from Portland, only in Portland chains, I think they're better. I think they're good. I think they're the kind of place you can take an out-of-towner and then them go, wait, this is a chain? And go, yeah, this is a chain.
Yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm. This is our chain.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
So take Hat Yai or Nong's Cow Mound Guy. Technically, they're chains now, and it could just be because they don't have a ton of locations, but they're both so consistently good. And though they're both technically Thai food, they make a unique dish not typically served in the US, and they actually almost both started little trends where people are just like, oh, you could boil chicken and it's good?
Yeah.
I know exactly the dish you're talking about.
Yeah. So I just think that, to me, I'm sure there's more. I'm sure people listening are shouting out some great things. Email us. I want to know, portland@citycast.fm. But if you could pick just one, what is your favorite go-to Portland food chain?
So this one is a spot I used to go to all the time because I lived in walking distance from the Northeast Gleason location. And I'm talking about Rollin' Fresh, the sushi burrito spot. And this spot for me has become like a comfort food because it's a way to get like something that's like somewhat healthy, somewhat on the go, but also really consistent. And I'm the type of person that has like sushi cravings regularly. And like, y'all, you can't go out for sushi once a week. Like, it's gonna add up. Like, if you're really going to spots that you like.
Yeah.
So the sushi burrito is a nice compromise. So the brand itself is owned by a guy named Ryan Moy, and he's like tried and true Portlander, has worked in the service industry in Portland for a very long time. And he opened up 4 different locations of Rollin' Fresh. So they're all around town, but when I go, I usually get the Who's the Master one. It's like a spicy salmon yellowtail riff, and there's like salsa and this ginger guac inside. Like the flavors are really awesome, and they do a lot of like house-made vegan and gluten-free sauces. So it's like very Portland through and through. And the thing I love about it too is that their motto is the sushi burrito of the Northwest. And I'm like, you know what? It is. It definitely
You're like, sure,
is.
we got this. Yes.
Also, like a very Portland thing for the sushi burrito to be a chain, like sort of dumb fusion. Yeah.
Right?
I think one of the things that's great about that is also just like the utility, right? Like you can just grab a sushi burrito and go. And I think that's like a big part of a good local chain.
Exactly.
And for me, that's why my favorite is gotta be Killer Burger. I am such a Killer Burger fan. Oh my God. They were founded in Portland back in 2010. Just solid, huge, delicious, perfect burgers. Very simple menu. I am like 99 times out of 100 just getting the classic burger, which is just always comes with bacon. Oh, it's so good. It hits a spot. Their fries, there's something about their fries. I've never had a French fry that like reheats at home with carryout better than a Killer Burger French fry.
Ooh.
That means they put a lot of oil.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Not health food, to be clear. They do put the calorie count on their burgers on the website. I advise you not to read that, but like freaking delicious.
John, do you ever get their peanut butter burger?
It's funny. So my partner is like a peanut butter burger devotee. And we've talked about it.
Yes.
Like we like getting carryout from Killer Burger because we never have to share. We never have to compromise. So she goes peanut butter. For me, the peanut butter, even with like a giant burger, is a bit much. I just go classic, but she's a peanut butter burger person.
Oh, it's so good. That's why I go to Killer Burger. It's specifically for that peanut butter burger.
Can I tell you, every time I've gone, I'm like, I'm going to try it. And then I just chicken out. I'm just like, it's just a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
I just imagine just chewing for a lifetime. Chewing and licking the top of the roof of my mouth forever. That's what I imagine. I'm like, this is my life now. I'm eating a burger.
That's sort of where I'm at with it too, is like the mouth sticky, like peanut butter feeling.
Yeah.
This is who I am now. I eat this burger. All right. Well, mine, even though I asked you guys this question, I need to tell you I'm actually annoyed by it. I feel like this is asking someone for their favorite song or book. It feels reductive and unfair. But as of today, because of my location and current lifestyle choices, it's got to be the original Pancake House, which ironically has only one location in the Portland Metro. But there are something like 136 to 146 worldwide. You can't get like an actual count. They do have locations in Japan and South Korea. And as we discussed before on what makes a Portland chain special, they're known for fresh and quality ingredients, like using real butter and actual sourdough starter. And this is a big deal because they started way back in 1953, so they had to endure through the margarine craze and Cisco-fueled sadness that is American corporate cooking. When you go to at least the Southwest Portland location, I have not been to the one in Japan or Kentucky or wherever. It just does not feel like a chain in the slightest. There's no slick, uniform-looking anything. Like you could maybe buy the mug. It's really cute. That's like the only corporate sourdough.
Their merch is so cute. The bright red like zip-up jackets, I want one so bad.
That's literally the only thing that I'm like, I guess they
Yeah.
know business is they sell merch, but even their merch is cute. It still feels like a mom and pop restaurant with excellent service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I freaking love that place.
Big month for Original Pancake House on CityCast Portland. That's the second major shout out they've gotten in the last month on this show.
Yeah, well earned.
But like they need it though. They're always slammed. So sorry everybody who eats there. But let's take a quick break here, and when we come back, we're gonna dig into our guilty pleasure picks.
When the unexpected happens, a serious injury, a catastrophic crash, or even a wrongful death, the impact isn't just personal. It can affect families, neighborhoods, and the safety of our entire community. In those moments, you deserve more than legal help. You deserve advocates committed to making Portland safer for everyone. At Diamore Law Group, you're not just getting a lawyer. You're getting a trial team led by veteran attorney Tom Diamore, who has spent over 30 years holding corporations, negligent drivers, and unsafe institutions accountable. From investigating what went wrong to bringing in experts and taking cases all the way to trial, they do the work it takes to protect their clients and prevent the next tragedy. And you don't pay unless they win. Contact Diamore Law Group at 503-222-6333 or visit Diamore Law to schedule a free consultation. They're here to stand up for individuals and for a safer Portland.
Hi, I'm David Plotz. I'm the CEO of CityCast, a podcast network that includes this show you're listening to, and also 12 other CityCasts in 12 other cities. And each one knows their city as well as your local team knows yours. So isn't it time we connected them? Don't you want to know how they're tackling their bike lane problems and housing challenges and sidewalk dog poop crises? That's why I'm hosting a new podcast called Your City Could Be Better. Because it could be. Every week, I'll chat with a different host in our CityCast network about what their cities are doing right and wrong, the weird things they're trying, and the surprising successes, so that we can all learn how to make our cities a little bit better. Listen to Your City Could Be Better on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, now how about where you go and it's not that you're technically embarrassed, but it is a guilty pleasure. Like I would have actually thought maybe Killer Burger. So now I'm very curious, John, what you chose as your guilty pleasure.
I am realizing my folly in that. I think, Killer Burger is probably my ultimate guilty pleasure pick. And just for the record, I do eat salads. I don't just eat like trash all day long, everybody. But
I've never seen you eat a salad, John.
Neither have I.
I don't know.
for my guilty pleasure pick, I'm going to pick Sparky's Pizza. Founded actually in Sandy in 1999. It's just super delicious. Their crust is chewy. They also have like really good deals. You can get like a large pizza on Mondays with one topping for just $16. And they do slices. So yeah, Sparky's is like definitely my guilty pleasure.
What's the vibe of Sparky's? I've like never been in one.
It's just like a counter carry out pizza place.
But you can get a whole pizza there.
Yeah, but they do slices too.
Okay.
So I used to live just maybe a block or two away from Sparky's, and they have like this secret little garden area that you can eat in that I've never done.
They really?
But people did, and like people love Sparky's Pizza. They're like devoted to that pizza. Like I had a neighbor in her like 70s who had diabetes, and so she had to be very careful about what she ate, but she still figured out all of her macros and stuff so she could have one Sparky slice a day. And she would just go over there every day, and
That's
she's like,
so
I got my
sweet.
Sparkies. So like people just love that pizza. But I totally know what you're saying, John. It doesn't feel like fancy like other Portland pizza, like other, you know what I mean? Like they're just like, I have a sourdough starter. And like, I feel like my comfort pizza is the Signal station pizza.
Yeah.
Very similar, yeah.
Yeah, because they're like, Gracie's is right there. I was like, yeah, but that's the whole thing.
Exactly.
Like, I could just eat and it's a slice. So, like, I 100%, like, am with you when you're just like, yeah, this is my pizza.
Yeah, that was straight from New York for me when I lived in Northwest. It's just like you bop and you get a slice, you go. And like they, a lot of the time, like, you know, what's funny is I feel like the the folks that they hire there like have a little bit of like a funny New York edge, because it doesn't feel like a place that you should hang out in. Like they're like, yep, next. I'm like, this is still Portland, but I love that spot.
You don't like being rushed to get a slice of pizza?
It just feels different than other pizza places, which is I honestly love it. I feel like it adds to it. But if I were to pick my guilty pleasure spot, I would have to pick two. So first one would be Dutch Bros. Dutch Bros is a little bit of like a treat spot for me. I don't like to admit it because folks are just like, wow, you're a Dutch Bros fan?
It's
People who are
embarrassing.
like from here. Yeah. It is embarrassing.
I'll be honest. It's a little embarrassing.
I know. I'm admitting it. But I do, there's just some weekend mornings where I'm like going out to go do like a little bit of an adventure. And I'm like, you know what? I kind of want a sweet little treat.
Oh,
and like, that's where I'll go. That, and also growing up when I'd go on road trips to like Northern California and Nevada, there were always Dutch Bros, and there are not any in the region I grew up in. And it felt like a spot where I'd go to and I'd look forward to going to with my little sister. So it has that like nostalgic edge. Mm-hmm. But my second pick would be ranch pizza, not because there's anything to feel guilty about in going to ranch. It's the way that I like treat getting a ranch pizza. I get a whole pizza to myself and I just plan on eating that for days. That's like, that is the guilt. I'm like,
in a single setting.
I'm like, what are we doing for lunch? Oh, ranch again? Great. And I love it. I don't get tired of it at all.
You were giving shit to John about like... about a burger.
No, I get
You're eating a whole pan of pizza.
I love ranch pizza very much, like Detroit pizza pride. Tricky pizza to reheat, I will say. You have to be like very careful to like get the inside warm but not roast the outside.
Oh, because it's so dense.
Because it is crispy already. Yeah, but it's definitely an oven reheat. You cannot put that in the microwave. Yeah. But yeah, love ranch.
Julia, I almost picked ranch. Because exact same thing, except I don't buy a whole pizza, but it's a commitment. Even the slice, I'm like, hoo-hoo, I'm doing it, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be pushing the boundaries a little with my response. My ultimate guilty pleasure, I would be a little embarrassed if you guys caught me there, because it just means I'm up to no good, has got to be Plaid Pantry. And I know it's technically not a food chain, but they do sell food products and beverages.
That's such a good pick.
There's something a little bit depressing about that. Like, my favorite restaurant is Plaid Pantry.
No,
I fucking love Plaid.
Just like...
Okay, so that was not the question, John. The question was, what is your guilty pleasure local chain? In response to that question,
local food chain.
No, I see it.
Combos.
I see it. It's allowed.
Okay, so check this out. I'm always walking out of there with an assortment of items that do not belong together, and therein lies my shame. Like, you could go to Plaid Pantry and make it not shameful, but like, why did I just buy a tall boy and a Snickers and a lotto ticket? Like, there is zero need for any of those items individually, but at 10 p.m. together, like on Lombard, in the rain, walking home, it's just a little embarrassing, like all together, you know?
Just imagine you getting like a White Claw for dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
And like Ruffles.
That's never happened, but now it's going to be in my head. Now I'm going to be like, should I just try White Claw for dinner? There is like, I have one walking distance. So whenever you look at your like food and you're like, I don't want to eat any of this, I'm just like, but do I want a bag of chips?
No, Claudia, I razz you, but that is actually an inspired pick. That is like the platonic, like guilty pleasure food experience.
Oh yeah, no, that's a great pick. And I honestly, no shame in the game in the Plaid Pantry nacho night. If you walk in, get a bag of tortilla chips, a little jar of nacho cheese, done. That's dinner.
Oh dear.
That's all I'm saying. All right. So this next one might be controversial. What is your favorite Portland location of a national food chain? For example, the Taco Bell on North Interstate or something like that.
I cheated with this one.
Oh, okay.
So I think I should go first just to come out and say it. So I am a massive Del Taco fan. Another thing I just grew up eating. And the closest location for a Del Taco is actually in Hillsboro off of Northeast Butler. And it took me over 3 years living in Portland to know that there were even Del Tacos in driving distance. And I will drive the 25 minutes just to go get like 6 chicken soft tacos if I'm craving it, because it's just like by far my favorite fast food restaurant. And I've had times where I've gone and taken friends with me where I'm like, guys, just come with me to Hillsboro. We're going to Del Taco. And the thing that I love about this spot is that it's one of those like terrible, awful, like big chain like hubs. But you'll find places that you typically won't find around Portland. Like a friend of mine who's from Omaha pointed out that there's a Sonic drive-in, and he's like, they have a Sonic out here? And I'm like, oh, I didn't grow up going to Sonic, but you go to Sonic, I go to Del Taco, and then we have our night covered.
Yeah.
And I just love it. I have like such a fondness for it, but that would be it for me.
That is so California of you, I gotta tell you. Del Taco.
I know,
Del
I'm
Taco
really-
is like the niche Taco Bell in California, and people who love Del Taco love it. And the thing they bring up is like their fries, and I'm like, there should be no fries at a Del
They're
Taco.
crinkle cut
Yeah.
fries? Dude.
Where are there fries at a fake Mexican joint? Like,
I feel like the Midwestern approximation of that is Taco John's. Like real Taco John's heads, no. They got those little like medallion-y tater tots. Oh, so good.
well, there used to be Mexican nuggets at Taco Bell, and then I think they were like, yeah, I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
They have a lot of those things where you'll see it on the menu, and then months later, it's like, okay, that didn't work.
Oh, what about you, John?
So mine is like hyper specific, not even the chain, but the specific location of the Popeyes at MLK in Ainsworth for like a very specific reason. I have admittedly not been to this location in several years, but back when I worked mornings at OPB, I would get into the studio at like 5:30 in the morning, and the show that I was hosting would be done at 10 a.m. So I would come out at 10 a.m. just like exhausted and hungry. And that is the precise moment that Popeyes would open. So if I had a hard day, I'd be the first person in the Popeyes drive-thru and get like a Popeyes chicken sandwich and like eat it in my car at 10:15 in the morning on a Saturday morning.
I did not know they opened that early.
I
So this
know.
is
Oh, yeah.
this is news to me. That's very sweet.
That's both sweet and kind of sad. Like, I gotta be honest,
And
John. Like, I'm
sad,
just
yeah,
like,
that's
oh,
true.
John. Because it's not even a breakfast. They have a breakfast sandwich, and you're like, no, not that. I want the chicken.
Every now and then, it was just like the perfect moment.
No, it sounds awesome. Popeyes is delicious.
It is delicious.
Let's be honest. So this was a trap. I actually don't have one. I just wanted to hear you two admit you eat fast food.
Oh my God, how Portland of you.
When I'm working, John is giving me this like blank stare because he knows that.
I'm like, I know that's not true.
Your pick was Plaid Pantry.
I know you, Claudia. That is not true.
John knows that when I'm working late or catching up on a city council meeting, I do like to reward myself for being a hard worker. And I did so last night because I stayed very late. And I'm just like, I'm such a well-prepared host. I deserve Taco Bell from Lombard.
You oftentimes regret it though. There's some mornings where you're like, man, I should have had Taco Bell last night.
And this is what I'm saying. So by default, I have no favorite location because it all tastes the same to me. And it all tastes like exactly what Julia said.
Regret.
Regret. So I'm like, yeah, give me the Taco Bell on Interstate. Give me the one on Lombard. Give me whichever one's open. I'm going to be sad tomorrow about it. But at that moment, like I had such a good, I literally, you know, when little kids do that little shimmy dance when they're like,
Oh yeah.
I'm doing that little dance when I'm putting that hot sauce on whatever the fuck I just ordered, which I shouldn't have, but I'm just like, it's so bad. Oh,
That's
man.
so funny.
Well, let's take another break here. And when we come back, restaurants we wish could be chains and more. Okay, guys, I'm really excited to talk about this one. Which local restaurant do you secretly wish were a chain that you could just go walk and there's one on every block?
Okay, my father's place. I know people are going to hate that answer because it's like, how could you? But we need more late night diners in this town. And if it's
Okay, I
my
see
father's
your vision.
place,
I see it.
I will take it. And I feel like because of the, like, I don't know, aura of the only my father's place that we currently have, it could be replicated and it would still be just as dingy and sticky and amazing. I just trust that. And I see that vision and I want it so
you're
bad.
saying specifically like my father's place diner portion, because there is like diner and then like bar area and then game room, but you're like zoning in on the diner.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
All I need is the diner part of it. And the bar area would be a plus, but like just the late night diner food with that type of vibe is such a dream to have those in every neighborhood. Like, how amazing would that be?
Oh my gosh. I think that, my father's place in every council district. I think that should be the next campaign for an aspiring city
least.
council.
For mayor?
For mayor, yeah.
Yeah, maybe as night pause mayor. That could be my first campaign promise.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, I love this alternate world. Just so you guys know, this is a running joke that I'm going to run for night pause mayor, a position that does not exist, will not exist in the near future.
That you are willing into existence.
And also I would never, ever take. I would never campaign for. But it's still fun to say. Yeah. As night pause mayor, I would make sure that there is a My Father's Place. The thing about the My Father's, I gotta be honest, it's the name.
Oh my gosh. You know what's so funny? I'm just remembering this actually happened. There was a time once where I met up with some friends at my father's place, and there was one friend that was a cousin of somebody in the group, and they got a text from that cousin being like, hey, we're meeting at my father's place. And the other cousin went to his dad's house instead out in the suburbs. And he's like, hey. And his dad's like, wait, what are you doing here? Like, Jimmy's not here. And he's like, wait, he said, we're meeting at my father's place. And it became a whole thing. So I can't imagine if there was multiple my father's places already all over town, how confusing it would get.
So many dads waking up at 2 a.m. being like, I guess I can make you some eggs. I don't know.
Would that be so bad though? You know?
Oh, man. All right, John, what about you?
I'm going to redeem the persona that I've taken on as a person who's never seen a vegetable so far in this episode. And I'm going to pick the Sugar Pine Drive-In, which, way out on the western edge of the city, like in the entrance to the gorge. Their food is so incredible and so beautiful. And it has the structure where it feels like it could be franchisable, right? Like it feels like you could sort of like take that concept and plop it somewhere else. But it is so far away. I do worry about the idea of turning it into a chain, that it would take away some of the magic of what is so special about that place in that location. But if I could eat that food without driving all the way to the gorge, I would be there every month. Their menu is just so good. The seasonal stuff that they do is like amazing and inspired. I am literally like looking forward to going back there. And it is like the middle of February right now.
It physically hurts me that it's all the way out in Clackamas. Yep. It hurts me. And it's like that kind of thing where it's so far away that you forget about it. So when I'm in that neighborhood, I'm like, oh, yay! Like, it's like, I rediscover it every time. Like, oh my God, of course. And their ice cream is insane.
Outrageous.
Like the seasonality. It's outrageous. And it might be a little pricier. Like if you think drive-in, you're like, oh, it's going to be, a $5 burger. No, sir. It's a little pricier, but the quality of the ingredients, the intention, everything about that menu is so good. And it's like you want to get everything on the menu. And it's like it's not that expensive, so you could. But it's like that kind of thing where I'm just like, should I just order everything? I love this choice. John, I need you to know that when I knew you were going to do this, I shut down and I was like, I have no other answer. That is the perfect answer. That is
It really is.
That is what we should have, a Sugar Pine Drive-In in every district.
Yeah.
Like hands down. I would vote for that. I would put $10 in a jar somewhere for that,
Same.
Okay, so mine is a little different because I was thinking about it. And again, John, you got such a good answer that I'm like, I don't know what to say. But I kind of wish that an Earl Ninsum style chef or restaurateur would emerge from the local and longstanding Ethiopian community, because I love Ethiopian food. And I don't think it's had that mainstream crossover that Thai food has experienced. And I just know there's a hot yai style concept somewhere in there. Like if they focused on a few dishes or a region or packaged it in a way that felt familiar to most Americans, because I think most Americans they get overwhelmed by either the sourness of the injera or the options. And so I know in Ethiopia, there are spots that just focus on shiro, which is like this ground, like chickpea, broad bean dish. It's so good, but you could have different variations of it. It like ranges from vegan to like beef. And they could even sell it in a burrito form. Because I feel like people would be like, I understand burrito. Now all I'll have to contend with is this new flavor profile that I'm not used to. But it's so good. And that's what I want. I want a thing that doesn't exist, John. I want shiro instead of Taco Bell when I'm working late is what I want.
It's really funny that you mentioned this, Claudia, because I went to Lalibela Ethiopian restaurant on MLK for my partner's birthday last night. And we were talking about this exact same thing because I was mentioning how like there are other types of cuisine that have really picked up in Portland that are flavors that you wouldn't expect in a place like Portland. And I was like, I wonder what it is that keeps Ethiopian food from being like a little bit more inaccessible for people. And you're so right. It's just like the way that you are invited to eat it. It's an amazing dining experience, but like it isn't the grab and go thing where you can like just eat it like a burrito and call it a day, you know?
Or like,
I will
I have
say,
to
though-
share with my hands. It's just a lot of hurdles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a lot for some people.
What were you going to say, John?
I will say a couple months ago, I had a flight out of PDX that was like an evening flight, but it got delayed. So I had that like, I have an extra 3 hours at home and I was not planning to have dinner. And we got Enoch Kitchen delivered. And like just a sort of like comfort meal, eat with your hands, unexpected delivery of Ethiopian food was so delightful. Cannot recommend it enough.
John, that's also my favorite Ethiopian place.
Yeah.
I'm just sad because they stopped selling the shiro in like, you can get the bundles, like the vegetarian thing. And they're just like, shiro's pretty hard to make and it's special. Like you're going to have to buy it, the thing. And that's why I'm like, well, what if you just opened up a shiro shop then, huh?
How about that?
How about that? All right, for the last question, you guys, I actually prepared a fun little quiz about some chains.
Oh.
So here it is. Just real quick. I'm very excited about this. So first one, what Portland chain is partially owned by film star and wrestler Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and has locations in both Disneyland and Disney World?
Oh God, what? Is it? The first one that came to mind is Little Big Burger, which I don't think that makes sense.
John, you got one.
No clue.
Okay, what if I tell you they're an exclusive partnership with Alaska Airlines? Does that help?
No.
Is it Stumptown? Stumptown Coffee?
Salt and Straw. Can you believe it?
no
Dwayne
way. That
Johnson
makes
owns.
sense.
But it also makes sense how they exploded because you're just like, how did they have the capital? Because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson loves his salmon ice cream. I know. And like I was like Disneyland and Disney World, damn. Because like I feel like this happened to me once because I had to fly with my dog. I used all my points and I flew. And I just realized why most people don't know there's an Alaska partnership. When you fly first class in Alaska, you get a full meal and they give you a little salt and straw. And I remember being like, salt and straw, get out of here. But also cute.
That's so funny. I would have never known.
Yeah, neither would I have had I not traveled with my dog. And I was just like, I can't. I'm just going to use all my points and do first class. Okay. Second question here. Which beloved Portland chain actually opened up its first location in Vancouver, Washington, and runs its restaurant and headquarters on 100% wind power, making it the largest chain in America to do so?
I have no idea. Dutch Bros? The windmills?
Oh, is this Burgerville?
Yes, Burgerville.
Dutch Bros
I
is
can see
a
that.
good guess,
That's
John.
a good guess because the windmills.
I also just knew it wasn't founded in Vancouver.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
true.
Last one. What popular Portland chain got its start 27 years ago as a Dunkin' Donuts in Raleigh Hills before the owners decided to split and do their own thing? Back in October 2022, then President Joe Biden was spotted with a box of these particular donuts when he visited Portland and shared them with volunteers phone banking for local Democratic races.
I've got nothing.
Is it Blue Star Donuts? That doesn't make sense to me. It seems too niche.
They also have an ingredient that is reminiscent or harks back to their Middle Eastern past.
Oh, no, I have no idea. What is it?
Sesame donuts.
Okay,
So
yeah.
they
I can
have-
see the DNA there. Yeah.
So they have between 7 to 10 locations in the metro area, and it's been in the Faki family since 1999. It's now run by Saeed Faki, one of the sons, who, when asked about further expansion, his father responded with, I want people to see us as a family donut shop. 10 years, 20 years down the road, that's for the kids to decide. But if they keep it going with that family-friendly touch, keeping their community in mind, I'll be happy, which is really sweet.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's why a lot of people go to Sesame Donuts and they're actually just like, this tastes like Dunkin', but like better. And it's like, yeah, that's why.
That makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was it, you guys.
A strong 0 for 3 on your quiz, Claudia. I'm feeling very
I love it.
accomplished this morning. Thank you for that.
Thank you. It was also just a fun fact thing. I could have given you 3 fun facts, but I was like, maybe they know this stuff. But I just thought a lot of these were just like, what, wind powered? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, wait, Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
No, I'm excited to pass along these fun facts next time I go to these places, being like, hey, did you know that this is a wind-powered establishment?
And everyone's like, ma'am, will you just order?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me and for your answers. For those listening at home, let us know, what are your favorite Portland chains? Hit us up at portland@citycast.fm. We'd love to hear from you. All right. Thanks again, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Claudia.
Thank you.
That's all for today here on CityCast Portland. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the show, share it with a friend or rate and leave us a good review. It really helps us out. And don't forget, you can support this show and get some great perks by becoming a CityCast neighbor. Just visit membership.citycast.fm for all the details. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more from around the city. Until then, see you at Slim's.